I've been playing Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes demo for a little bit now, and I wanted to give some first impressions. This is not going to be a comprehensive, in-depth review, but my initial thoughts after playing some of it. Is it different enough from Fire Emblem Warriors in 2017 to warrant a purchase? Does it tie into Three Houses fans? Is it a unique take on the traditional Warriors formula? Hopefully this video will answer those questions. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes stars you, the player character, known as Shez. You and your group of bandits are trying to become the best mercenaries in all of Fodlan, and your next goal is to take on Geralt and the Ashen Demon. Once you've encountered Byleth, you clearly aren't strong enough for them, and you're about to be killed, but then you're saved with the spirit within you, Arvel, who's able to give you new strength. The demo only goes to the first 4 chapters, and it's an introduction to the game, introducing you to the 3 house leaders, some secondary characters, and Shez. For a Fire Emblem protagonist, I'm surprised Shez talks as much as he does. He's very hot-headed and rash, and Arvel acts as his impulse control. Just like Fire Emblem 3 Houses, the game is fully voice acting, except in a couple places. But one of the biggest changes for me is how they mixed up the gameplay formula, and incorporated a lot of 3 Houses elements into it. Not only the extra stats, charm and dexterity are here, but so are the battalions and combat arts. Holding down R brings up your item menu, and it feels a lot more fluid compared to Warriors from 2017. Not only do you have your vulneraries and pair-up options, but equipable combat arts. Combat arts use weapon durability, and if you don't have enough, you can't use them, and your weapon becomes weaker. Each character has a special trait you press with ZR unique to them. Shez is able to do an invincible dash forward, and Mercedes is able to let out a blast of damage while healing close-by allies, just to name a couple. Battalions are also back, but aren't unlocked until after Chapter 4, which is what this demo goes to. There are some nice UI changes. The Warrior Gauge and Awakening mode return, with the former giving you one strong attack in an area, which gets boosted even more if you have someone else paired up with you, while the latter gives you a bunch of stat boosts for a short period of time before finishing off with one last attack, and now comes with the ability to be cancelable. Another weird improvement compared to Warriors 2017 is the maps aren't all just squares. Like, the forts aren't all square forts the entire game, and they look believably made forts by actual people and not just a video game. A small detail that means a lot more than it should. It really builds up the world, without half the location looking like Minecraft houses. Though the UI seems very nice, there's so much stuff everywhere. So many tutorials, descriptions, and menu options. And despite being very reminiscent of 3 Houses, a lot of the options are different. Like how to equip your weapons and use stat boosters. Like, why are the weapons in the storehouse and not the convoy? Weapons have been in the convoy for the history of Fire Emblem, and the storehouse introduced in 3 Houses only stores gifts and cooking items. Even though the tutorials show once, there's so much going on, and at first I felt overwhelmed. I don't even have all the options available to use to me because it's the demo. I feel like this would be very easy to overcome the more you play, but for a new player, seeing all these options must be daunting. One thing I want to mention is the music, and oh, the music. The remixes are absolutely amazing. Main theme, Past That We'll Never Cross, Between Heaven and Earth, Blue Skies in a Battle, Tearing Through Heaven, all perfectly orchestrated remixes of some of the best songs out of any Nintendo game. All the main characters from 3 Houses return, and some of them like Rodrigue are playable for the first time. The time skips happens very early on. Not sure if this was done just for the demo, or that will be the full game too. But all the post-time skip designs are different from 3 Houses, and a lot of them are great. I love Annette's, Edelgard's, Hilda's, Happy's. The team really outdid themselves. I'm very sorry for Raphael and Bernadetta fans. One weird thing I noticed is most of the voice actors are new. I know they got Claude's voice actor back, but something seems a bit off on all the other characters. But once you're done with Chapter 2, you unlock the base camp, and you're allowed to explore and interact with other characters. Just like 3 Houses, there are training grounds, cooking, armory, etc. But also like 3 Houses, you unlock more facilities the more you go along, so I wasn't able to use all of them yet. One thing I really am looking forward to is you're able to upgrade your facilities with renown you get from winning battles and doing quests. Leaves you so much room to experiment. Do you want your facilities to be well balanced, or do you want to spend it all in the armory so you have even more powerful weapons earlier on, etc.? One last thing I want to mention is the hardware. Since the Switch isn't that capable of running upper-end textures and models, 3 Hopes does a pretty well job, all things considered. The game only lags when there's about 50 plus active enemies on screen, and the game tries to reduce it by cutting the lesser enemy's frame rate in half. It sounds like they never ruined it or even noticed all too much, but if you're looking for imperfections, you'll find it, and I feel like it's something I should mention anyways. I think that really sums up my first impression of Three Hopes, and I'm excited to play it at launch. I would suggest trying the demo if it interests you. It's only... holy sh**. Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes launches on Nintendo Switch on June 24th, 2022. For more Nintendo Switch reviews, previews, and whatever else, make sure to subscribe.